Well, there's a lot of details that have come to light in this timeline released by the Oakland County Sheriff's Department, namely several attempts by sheriff's deputies to assist the mother and her family, to ask if she's okay, if they're okay, and to get those kids a coat and get them warm, and a lot of other details coming out relating to that investigation.
I wanted to really examine what happened in totality.
And with that, one Oakland County Sheriff's deputy is under investigation amid a deep dive into the moments that transpired before 35-year-old Monica Kennedy and her sons, 9-year-old Kyle Milton and 3-year-old Malik Milton, were found frozen to death Sunday near the former Lakeside housing projects in Pontiac, dead from hypothermia.
How do we, not just as a police agency, but as societally, how do we prevent stuff like this in the future? How do we prevent people from falling through the cracks?
A detailed timeline from the sheriff's office goes like this. Investigators say deputies were first told that Kennedy and her kids stopped at a spot on Mill Street in downtown Pontiac around Friday at 1 p.m. to get help. Deputies then launched a drone search for the family. 10 minutes after the first call, a deputy found Kennedy and the kids near Water and Mill Streets. The deputy asked if she needed help and where she was going. Kennedy answered that she was okay, did not need any help, and walked away.
So it would have potentially been a different situation had we known that this person was in a mental health crisis when they encountered her, because we didn't get that information until afterwards.
Minutes later, a second deputy found her inside McLaren Oakland Hospital and asked her some in-depth questions to figure out if they were all right. The deputy repeated an offer to help, but the mother said she was fine, was there for a medical visit for her son, and was waiting for a ride. The sheriff's office says the mother again refused help and left. The deputy followed the family as they walked down Woodward and repeatedly tried to convince Kennedy to come to the nearby Pontiac substation or get into a patrol car to be taken somewhere so they can get out of the elements.
The deputy persisted, I'll get you coats for free. I don't need to know your name. This is before we even knew who she was. I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know your kids' names. Just come with me and I'll get you free coaching. You can be on your way.
Investigators say the mother was wearing a coat and the kids had on sweatshirts and were wrapped in bed sheets. Sources say she continued to refuse offers of assistance. She was followed to a nearby school where the deputy again pleaded with her to take the help and offered to take the family to the substation so the kids could get some coats. Once again, she declined, saying she had family nearby, and left.
She didn't appear to be mentally or physically in danger, neither did the kids. She was very clear, no, I'm good, I don't need anything. Why are you asking me so many questions?
By 3 p.m. Friday, Kennedy's family says that she and the kids went to her mom's apartment and took a nap. 30 minutes later, she woke the kids up and they took off after Kennedy's mother argued about her mental state. The family later told detectives that Kennedy had been suffering from mental health problems for the past 3 weeks. 4:30 p.m. Friday, deputies met Kennedy's aunt on how to get her help. Deputies did a welfare check at Kennedy's apartment and did not get an answer. Investigators would later learn that Kennedy believed that someone was trying to kill her and that the cops were in on it. The kids were told to run if they saw the police. Going into the weekend, there were more sightings with people reporting the kids not dressed for the cold. We learned a deputy responded to the call to check an area but did not do a thorough check and did not find or make contact with the family. He's being probed by the Special Investigations Unit in the Sheriff's Office. By Friday evening, more searches were ordered and nothing was found. By Saturday at 4 p.m., a canvass of the neighborhood showed that Kennedy knocked on the door of a house on the 200 block of Branch, but when someone answered, she said that she was at the wrong address and left. There was no call made to dispatch. By Sunday at 3 p.m., Kennedy's 10-year-old daughter tells neighbors her family was dead after knocking on the door of a house. She told the neighbor her family was dead in a nearby field. Medical examiners say the family froze to death.
I would love to have the federal government or the state government pay to have someone embedded on our staff, social worker, mental health workers, so that when they come across someone in any situation, if it's not acute and in crisis like it didn't appear, that's when we have our social worker come in and say, is there a systemic thing we can help you with, connect you with resources?
Meantime, we're told the 10-year-old daughter is still hospitalized and stable, but in improving condition. She will stay with extended family once she is released. We're live tonight in Auburn Hills. Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
It's so unfortunate because it could have been prevented, Dave. And right now, though, as the sheriff said, he wanted a social worker or someone that would know or recognize these signs. But what is law enforcement supposed to do? Is there anything deputies can do when someone refuses to help? Because right now there isn't anyone who might recognize those signs, including a social worker.
Yeah, that's right. And that's one of the big questions. If there are behavioral health professionals that can sometimes go along with police and they know how to handle these situations perhaps in a different way that law enforcement may not. That's one of the things the sheriff was talking about, and a lot of other law enforcement leaders bringing in more investments so that you can have that behavioral health support to take care of that angle as well.
It sounds like deputies did all they could do that day. All right. Thank you so much, Dave.